So, today I wanted to dub over the rest of my Scarlet playthrough because I just recorded most of it. I didn't stream all of it. And, yeah. I'm doing this in a Discord VC right now, so anyone is able to join at the moment, and they can say whatever. I'm just going to be dubbing this over in real time. One shot. I hope you all enjoy this terrible video idea. Oh my gosh. This is when I figured out that Paldean Wooper. This is when I figured out that Paldean Wooper evolves into Clodsire. What am I looking at? There's also some... This isn't Eclair. There's also some audio from when I was recording it. I didn't talk most of the time, but I did some of the time. Also, there's Orthworm. I love this Titan. He's so dopey. Might sound a little mean, but like just look at this. Look at this interaction. It's so funny. Oh yeah, and this is my strategy that I used for most of the Titan battles. I just use Weasel and Soak, because that changes Pokemon to the water typing, and I have the grass starter. The really strong grass starter. It worked pretty well, not gonna lie. I don't know why they let you use moves like Soak in Titan battles, but you're not allowed to use it in like a raid battle. You're not allowed to use most moves in a raid battle, so that really sucks. But anyways, yeah, this is how I took down Orthworm. The video is a little sped up, because these battles obviously took a long time. Right now I think I'm trying to poison it, because it's not a steel type anymore, so poisoning would work great. And then just switching into Florigato, because, again, Florigato is really strong. Seed Bomb's also a good move, and it's a really fast Pokemon. Like, I just took out most of its health there. Okay, not most, probably closer to like a quarter. An Orthworm just punches a wall. Really strong worm. I also found this chase segment really funny, where you just have to chase it around for no reason, really. I also just love it whenever it punches down a wall. And yeah, then me and Arvin took it on. You know, all the usual stuff. And Charcadet was really helpful here with the fire-type moves, because I do believe Weasel was currently dead. I used Weasel for like this entire playthrough, even though it's such a weak Pokemon, honestly, but Soak was just such a good move to me. It was really valuable. Yeah, nothing much really happened this fight. I should have just cut out this footage. I might cut out this footage in the post-editing. And yeah, we helped Arvin, we got our sandwich, and we fed that sandwich to Koraidon. You know. Chomp chomp snarf. Snarf. Agios. All the usual stuff. And now Koraidon can jump higher. It did grow stronger again, thank you, Arvin. These Herba Mysticas do in fact pack a punch. Oh. Now this. I had a reaction to this. Do not tell me that this thing evolves into Greavard. I'm going to be very sad. I honestly thought that Grimmsnarl was the pre-evolution to Greavard. Also, Nemona. Hi, Nemona. It's just so fun how she's at every gym. Oh yeah, and this segment. I was just using this segment to show off You know, not to brag or anything, but I found Mr. Clive, or Mr. Clavel? I don't remember. I found him very easily, Mr. Clavel. This is in, like, I think 3 times speed, but still. I found him very easily. I did cut out all the trainer battles, though, because those were very long. This is the first gym I did, and the only gym I did for a while, but I do love Iono. I don't like how the Magnemite wiggled. That implies that it is actually a Magnemite or something. And yeah, I pretty much beat all of her team fairly easily, except for the Miss Magius. That thing was insanely tough. I even terrestrialized Clodsire, but I didn't know that it had Levitate, so... Yeah, Clodsire went down pretty soon. Just like Florigato and Shuppet. Oh yeah, and the only reason I did this gym was because... I wanted to evolve... Or not evolve, I wanted to have enough badges to actually control Shuppet. Yeah, this didn't go well. Not to mention all the Confuse Rays. The Confuse Rays, they really worked. I put it to sleep eventually and, you know, kind of tried to poison tail it to death. That, luckily, ended up working. I was very close to losing. Oh, and yeah, this is me doing the Cliff Titan or whatever. I'm just taking some selfies, you know. Of course I had to do all the poses. Oh no, oh dear. And yeah, this is me fighting the Titan. Open Sky Titan, not Cliff Titan. Yeah, burning really is effective on things. And also, dogs. Fido is really good. And I just love how the bird smashed its face into the cliff to break it open. And we put it to sleep and, you know, did our thing. Arven was actually really helpful here because Smackdown let me use ground-type moves on it. Also, the utter disgust on their face eating the sandwich. It did not look like it was worth it. Oh yeah, and then here's me getting crushed by another Titan. As I walked into the feet of it, and it destroyed my entire team. Yeah, I did not do too well the first time around. So, I went to grind on wild Pokemon and, you know, mass murder. Then I went back and fought it. This time I got to the part with Arven, and I found out that Curse. Curse is really good for taking down Titans. You know? They can't do much against it. Oh yeah, and I really love Deerling, especially the Autumn form. But this is when I found out that Dittos are just kind of around and in hiding. Yeah. Oh, and this is me trying to do the false Dragon Titan. Soon enough, I figured out that Clodsire is perfect for this, because the only attack they knew was a Water-type move, and they had Memento, so... Yeah, I grinded a ton of EXP off of that, and then took on Dondozo very easily. I was super under-leveled until now, but I think I got my team to, like, level 30 to 40 that way. Easy. Easy goes. Oh yeah, and here's Arven, hearing from his very neglectful mom. Everyone knows that they are neglectful parents. He does not appreciate her. And, you know, neither do I. The professors had really good designs in this game, and everyone loved them when they first appeared. But now they know that they're neglectful parents. Anyways, this is me trying to get to Area 0 by climbing over the cliff. But I was not allowed to do that. Oh yeah, and here's me finding one of the Ruination Quartet. Because I found all the stakes, so I decided to go fight it. Or bang. And there's Wo Chen, the snail. Yeah, I didn't succeed in catching it because I used Curse to weaken it, and then it died. So I gave up for a while, you know. And then I went to go to the lighthouse with Arvin to finish off the champion, the Path of Champions. So we're going to go to the greatest depths of Area 0. Oh yeah, I didn't mention, there's complete spoilers in this. So yeah, she wanted us to go to Area 0 with Arvin, mostly me because I'm stronger than Arvin. She was just asking Arvin to do an errand for her. And of course I'm going. Arvin's fighting with Greavard because Greavard just loves to battle, but is not good enough to beat Nimona, I guess. I love Arvin's battle animation. Also, Arvin is so much stronger than he should be. He is like twice my level here. I beat all the Titans, but Arvin is like twice my level. I don't know why he couldn't have taken them down himself. He only ever brought one Pokemon. So yeah, I promptly lost to Arvin. Then I kept trying over and over again until I got the strategy of weakening down Greedent and then setting up my Stealth Rock and Toxic Spikes. It's a very cheesy strategy that I like to use. And then I started using Double Team, but this thing got a lot of paralysis on me and nearly killed me through all of my Double Teams, but eventually I got past it. And, you know, Meowscarada is super fast, and Flower Trick is just overpowered. Always critical hits, never misses, it's amazing. And Night Slash is just another good stab move if something resists grass. And then Grassy Terrain. Learning that was big because that increases the power of my critical move. I can't just raise attack to do more damage because it's always critical hits. Critical hits negate stat changes. But boosts like Grassy Terrain and Miracle Seed are super good. And yeah, we beat Arvin. With a very cheesy strategy. I should not have won. Oh, it's so wild that we ended up randomly visiting the same gym. And then there's me doing the olive roll. Yeah, I breezed past all the gyms because I just beat the Path of Titans. I was way over-leveled. I mean, I was under-leveled for Path of Titans, but then I had to level up some more to actually beat Arvin. So yeah, and this is the worst gym challenge in the history of Pokemon. I hate it. This is so boring. This is so boring, so lame, I hate it. It is not fun at all. Oh, be surprised. And this is her. Oh, it's her. Everyone loves her. And then this. It's him. Everyone loves him. I love Larry so much. He is my favorite gym leader. I also love that Staraptor was his ace. All the other gym leaders, their aces were, like, not at all the typing of their gym. They just terrestrialize into the typing. But Staraptor's actually the proper typing. And I love this. I love how Rika is just the secretary. I feel like... Oh, this gave me much stress because I do not know the names of the gym leaders or the towns that he's... I only knew Larry, but I didn't know what city Larry was from. Also, Rika's Clodsire. I love that she has a Clodsire. Also, that pose, that power stance. Sorry, I'll stop. But yeah, I love I love how Clodsire was her ace. I also have a Clodsire, so that's fun. It was very, very tough to beat the Clodsire. I healed in between each of the Elite Four. And then we took on La Primera. She was very tough. And her opening Pokemon, also tough. Clodsire went down fairly quick, but I was able to put it to sleep at least. Then I tried to do the whole double team thing with Meowscarada, and, you know, I realized it has Opportunist, but that's actually not that bad, because I still have my evasiveness, and Flower Trick never misses, so that worked out pretty good. The problem, though, was the next Pokemon, Go-Goat. I did take it out in the end, but, yeah, it has Sap Sipper, and it's resistant to grass anyways, so wasn't able to do a ton there. But Armarouge is really good. Armarouge is an amazing Pokemon, and Kingambit is a very scary Pokemon. It is very strong. Because, you know, its ability, it gets stronger the more dead Pokemon there are. And it's just like a generally strong and pretty fast Pokemon. I don't know why it's so fast. Because it's crouching and very heavy. And yeah, her last Pokemon was really cool. I struggled against this thing. I used a lot of items, but in the end, Curse is a really good move still. Curse is just one of the best moves. When you're a ghost type, that is. Yeah, so we took down Glamora, and I became champion. Within a matter of, like, I want to say 3 hours. And I love this. I love this so much. I loved the Nemona fight. Her story was so fun. I love her personality, and even though her story, like, there's not much substance to the story, it's still really good. I love battling Nemona. She's a great rival. She has so much personality, even though she only ever focuses on battling. And her team was actually kinda tough. It was, like, about on par with the champion battle, I'd say. But I guess, like, she is the champion as well. I have no idea what makes La Primera the champion above all, because so many people have beaten her. Multiple times, in fact. And yeah, Meowscarada with Flower Trick and Terastallizing. That critical hit was not luck at all, Nemona. I literally cannot not crit with that move. And, Quaxolotl or Quackavole, I don't remember the name. Yeah, I took it out pretty easily. Quackavole, yeah. Why was I thinking Quaxolotl? And I just love how happy she is that I beat her when she was going at her hardest. But I wonder what Pokemon she used when she became champion. Because, like, all the Pokemon she gathered, she got them along our journey together. I don't know about Goodra. She might not have had Goodra before. Oh, yeah. And all the Team Star stuff. I cut out all that footage because, like, the story, it's sweet and all, but it's very quick and simple. But I love the Penny fight. I also love Penny's team and her personality. Penny is amazing. Her entire team is made of Eevees, and it's actually, like, kinda tough, too. Like, I breezed through the Team Star stuff for the most part, except for one of the team leaders. One of them were actually pretty tough because of a certain ability and just how strong and fast it was. Not to mention typing. But yeah. Yeah, I love Penny's fight. And I didn't have any of the footage for this video. I kinda cut it out because this video got to be really long. It's 30 minutes. But Penny's dialogue is so savage. She's literally just like, "No one asked, I don't care," whenever Arvin talks about his problems. Or, like, when Arvin's just like, oh, I'm pretty good friends with Crafter. Who asked? Penny is just so brutal. I love her. I never expected her to be like that. Oh yeah, and Sylveon being her ace. So good. I love that. I love Sylveon, it's a good Pokemon. Although, if I'm going to use a evolution, I mostly use Vaporeon because it's just a really bulky water type. It's pretty fast and does a lot of damage sometimes. One of the few water Pokemon that truly benefits from Aqua Ring. And this is when we went to Area Zero. There's Professor Sada being very creepy and robotic. Because for obvious reasons. And I love how everyone just ignores how scared Koraidon is of this. And Arvin knows fully well that Koraidon's super scary. Also, it's very funny how Penny just rides like that. That's so unsafe. And to talk about unsafe, this was super dangerous. Because not only did he grab me by my hand and drag me down with this giant lizard, while I'm hanging above this enormous crater, he just pulls me onto it. This was so not safe. And yeah, I skipped through all the Area Zero stuff. But yeah, here's Professor Sada. Kinda. And she is ripped. She's got like a six-pack. Anyways. Yep, she is an android. The real Professor Sada died. This is like one of the few Pokemon characters that just straight up dies in the story. And here's me trying to stop the time machine. It doesn't work out. And then this is such a cool scene where she just walks up and tells you that it's up to you now, and kneels down while the system overrides her to activate the defense mode. And it's so cool how her entire team is made of Master Ball Pokemon. Because, like, she is a professor. She has an unlimited supply of Master Balls, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and the first time I battled, I pretty much got destroyed. Her Pokemon are really strong. They're really strong. And yeah, eventually, I did a setup strategy with Stealth Rock, Toxic Spikes, and Yawn. You know, the usual. And then I got out Dashman. I don't know how to say it. And I basically just used Workup and Agility for a while, while having this thing damage itself on my Rocky Helmet, because I knew it's a physical attacker. This was like a pretty good strategy to both get rid of it and set up the rest of my team, because Dachman has Baton Pass. It's a really good move. Baton Pass is so good. And the fact that such a defensive, pretty well-rounded Pokemon has all these setup moves and Baton Pass is really cool. Not to mention its ability that raises its defense. And gives it an immunity, so that's really cool. Armarouge sadly went down to Sandy Shocks. I did not know that it was like a ground type and all. So yeah, Sandy Shocks took out Armarouge pretty easily, but you know Meowscarada. Meowscarada's always got this. And I revived Armarouge by sacrificing Clodsire. I got rid of Screamtail, and all was pretty well. And then I powered up Dachshund again to try and do some damage to Brute Bonnet while also passing some stat buffs to Armarouge. Because that thing's Giga Drain was actually pretty big. But yeah, like, Armarouge learns a wide variety of moves, and they're pretty good. But Roaring Moon was so strong. I'm surprised that this thing's actually weaker than Salamence, because Salamence is a pseudo-legendary and all. That thing, like, destroyed most of my team. I didn't know that it was not a pseudo-legendary, but anyways. Yeah, I took it out with Dachshund. Again, really well-rounded Pokemon. It's a pretty good fairy type, too. And here's where Arven gets to see his not mom, and Nemona. Nemona's reaction, and also Professor Sada talking to Arven, that is just like such a moment. But Nemona's reaction, she never wants to believe that Sada has ever done anything wrong. Like, when she comes onto the scene where it's like obviously Sada is doing something bad, Nemona just doesn't want to believe it and thinks that someone else was the cause of everything. And yeah, here's this moment. I love this. I love the transition between Professor Sada to Paradise Protection Protocol. And then there's the big bad Koraidon. And I love the effect here. I loved all of these effects. They were so good. I loved it. The whole, like, cinematography to it all, it was so cool. Although, like, the whole forcing Koraidon to get over its trauma and, like, it just instantly getting over it, that was kind of cheesy. But, like, it's kind of crazy, because Koraidon was actually a lot weaker than the other Koraidon. Like, look at that damage. That was barely anything. And if this was not a scripted fight, we would have so lost. Even Penny knows it. Penny was not even hopeful. But Arven, it's so crazy, because, like, in the story, Arven hates Koraidon, and the fact that he was the one that cheered on Koraidon the most, it was so sweet. And yeah, when we got into Terastallized, and our Koraidon's Dragon type, the Dragon Terra Blast was so cool. Because I don't think I ever used Terra Blast up until this point, because there hasn't been a Pokemon I wanted to use it on, use the TM on. Again, I really hate how TMs are breakable, but anyways, this was a really cool fight. I loved it. And Arven watched as we basically destroyed his mom after he had to learn that she was dead. So yeah, that was a crazy plot line. And yeah, this was a sweet little bow around everything. Nemona wanted to cheer up Arven, and Penny too. Because everyone knew Arven was bummed out by this. Like, he went through the most in this game. He was kind of the main character here. And even Koraidon wants to cheer him up. It's just such a sweet game because, like, there has been a lot of other Pokemon games where there's so many friends, but this one really showed it off. So yeah, that is my Pokemon Scarlet playthrough. I hope that you all enjoyed watching it, and yeah. Thank you to everybody for watching. With that all said, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.